Hi guys, how you doing? It's Dom here. I just wanted to drop a quick review today on the killer documentary that's appeared on Karrion Kross's YouTube channel, which chronicles his WrestleMania weekend from Bloodsport and the match he won with JR Kratos to the viral moment that got him noticed more than ever on social media, arguably, where he criticised his booking, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, of course, and just kind of the way things are going. The fact that he's put so much effort and time into cultivating a character, generating ideas and things like that seem to get shot down. It's unaware just how much of a shoot this actually was, because it did get him some TV time. It's also got him a match which he lost on main event, which I just saw uploaded on YouTube the other day, which I'm not sure about, but he's at least appearing on Raw. He is in segments. He is commenting on Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. Unaware if he's actually going to get a feud or not. Obviously, I think this documentary, whatever happens to Karrion Kross, Killer Kross from this, will open up the business in terms of, for any combat sports fan, for any wrestling fan. I think these are very relatable themes. I've said this on social media around success, around identity, challenges that professional wrestlers have with that kind of thing. They work so hard to be creative, but then of course there's another machine to please, and the challenges around that. And I think this is a really good insight. It's not intimidating. There's no, it's not got the WWE production, but it also doesn't look like rubbish. It looks very good. It's very well done. The team behind it work really hard. There's a great theme from Nowhere to Run, former members of Code Orange, soundtracking this. Don't Cross a Killer, I believe the track is called. So there's little moments like that. Good interviews in this with Karrion Kross, with Kevin Robert Kazar, street name, I guess. But yeah, very cool to document this weekend, how Karrion Kross interacts with fans, how people have started to pay attention to him, and the effort and time that's gone into cultivating that character, and just basically creating your own opportunities. There's a quote in there, water your own effing grass, which is basically, he doesn't want to leave, he doesn't want to go anywhere else, he wants to work, he wants to make the best of what he has here. Of course, there is great money, it is a great platform, he does have a platform, he recognizes that he is on TV, he is getting time, but obviously not as much as he'd like. He recognises the fan support that he got on SmackDown, and of course the Raw with the match with AJ Styles in advance of WrestleMania, and of course the meaning and the definition of the JR Kratos match at Bloodsport and what the opportunity is there, but just the frustration that comes with being a creative character, wanting and having a vision, but then not necessarily being able to execute it quite as he wanted to, and just the insight into that, into the real person behind the character. And of course, wife Scarlett as well, commenting, things like that. So there is some nice comments. JR Kratos has comments in there. Josh Barnett, of course, as well. So very, since it's free on YouTube, I would encourage people to watch it. I'll put a link in the description. A testament to Kevin's creativity, the team behind him, the people behind him, the fans, of course, who have put so much time and effort into this character. And just, great watch. So go and watch it if you're a wrestling fan, combat sports fan. I believe there's lots of relatable themes of finding creative ways to make whatever you have work. And that can relate in a job, it can relate in a band, it can relate in, music, whatever. You create your own opportunities, and it feels like that's what Karrion Kross is doing on social media at the moment. With his he's making the best of what he has. He's creating opportunities. His T-shirt is one of the top sellers on WWE Shop. Hopefully they'll take note of that as well. He is creating opportunities for himself by using social media off television to hopefully get himself on television. That is a nice segue to a new development over the last 15 hours with Karrion Kross, in that he has posted a video. I should have prepared this. As you know, we're very technical here at the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling podcast. I will pull it up now. There's a video, I haven't watched it yet, that Karrion Kross has posted, spotlighting one of my other favorite tag teams who we've talked about here on this podcast, and that is, of course, the Righteous. Now, I don't think this is anything about the Righteous have been let go by AEW in the last day. That's public news. They asked for their contract release. They have that now. So no longer appearing on AEW. But then, of course, we've had the Elias thing. We had the Elias moment where, you know, the righteous were walking with Elias, and they were maybe going to go to TNA, and we all thought that was going to happen, and it didn't. So I think this is just kind of keeping the righteous in people's minds. I don't think the righteous are going to go to you know, NXT or WWE, although they did have a tryout a couple of years ago. But I just think this is clever marketing and promotion for perhaps one of Karrion Kross's friends. A lot of people online are saying, "Oh, it's the re-emergence of the Final Testament." I don't think that's what's happening here. I'd love to be proven wrong. I love the righteous, but I do think this is just good, you know, keeping the righteous in people's minds, and you know, kind of giving them a rub, effectively, which is a weird sentence. You know what I mean? Giving them some spotlight. You know, Karrion Kross is, you know, is a viral sensation at the moment. I believe this has over 1 million interactions, 1.2 as we stand 15 hours after, or 16 hours after it was posted. So I'm going to full screen this. I'm going to watch it, and let's see what we can make from it. Okay, let me put my headphones on. That would be good, wouldn't it? Professional, right? Let's do this. That's definitely the righteousness music. Again, I think this is very much like Elias and the righteous, you know, bringing the spotlight over to, you know, some stars, you know, some friends perhaps. But this is cool.
TikTok.
Yeah, so I think that is a message of support from Karrion Kross. Obviously, the Righteous currently don't have a contract; they were let go by AEW, and I think that's what this is, and it's a lovely thing, of course. Karrion Kross having the platform to do that. I believe the Righteous have interacted as well. I believe they've posted in response. Perhaps let me just look in the comments here. Let's do this. Let's do this together. I'll bring the screen back up. I should have done that before. Let's bring the I'll pause it. Yeah, so there's some reactions from Dutch, and there's a reaction, of course, and there's Vincent with the clicking hands, and so they're interacting with each other here, sort of supporting each other, and I think that's, you know, that's a beautiful bit of camaraderie. Of course, it's a huge part of the wrestling business. So I'm not sure the Righteous are actually joining Karrion Kross, Killer Kross in WWE, but I hope that does happen down the line. You know, TikTok, as Karrion Kross says in that video. Also, again, fundamentally, go and watch the Killer documentary. Really, really worth your time if you're a wrestling fan, combat sports fan. Lots of good interviews and a real insight into the character and the person, Kevin Robert Kazar, who also has a film coming out too. So very creative person doing some very cool stuff, testament to that person and, of course, the team and people behind him. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go back to work. I will see you soon. Have a good rest of your day and the rest of your week. I imagine Anthony will be here with some Dynamite, and I imagine Dan will be here with Raw next week. Hopefully we'll do some stuff. We'll do some content. Yeah, content. Like, subscribe, and all that bollocks. And I will see you in a bit. Who's going to see us out? Let's have a look. Let's have Shotzi. See you guys later. Bye. Oh yeah.
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Hole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day. Ow, ow,